Hello friends and enemies, welcome to, or back to, happy for now, it's me Isabel here. A fun video for you today. This is my 2026 goals and challenges video where I'm going to talk to you about my goals for 2026, the challenges I'm doing. I've got a little fun thing I built for us all to do. I'm really excited about it, and yeah, we're just going to kind of level set for 2026, what to expect here on the channel a little bit, and also some of what I'm hoping to achieve in 2026. So let's dive right into it with my bookish goals. Okay, so some of y'all may end up stunned at what I'm about to tell you for my bookish goals in 2026, but I'm reducing my number of books to read in 2026. Now, when we talk about stats in a bit and certain numbers we're starting with for read what you own, you might be like, Isabel, math is not mathing on what you want to do. There's a reason, and we will get into it when we get there. I am starting 2026 with my goal set at a flat 200. Past few years it's been 300, 250-ish. We keep going in this range, right? And I said, I'm reducing. I'm currently, as I'm filming this, a handful of books away from my goal. I'm more than going to exceed it. But there's a lot of reasoning going into this. One of them has to do with the challenge I have. It was in the thumbnail. So I just want to give myself the freedom to read a little less this year. I have a lot of travel planned for 2026 because I have had my life on hold for nearly 2 years with everything going on with my dad, and my life is no longer on hold, and I am determined to go on adventures and to do fun things again and to live my life again to a much fuller extent than I have been. So 200 books. That means 100 manga and 100 books is the goal right now. Likely we are going to end higher than 200. So as I set this goal at 200, I do realize there's a likelihood of me being at 200 books in June, and that's okay if I am. I will up the goal by 50 probably each time I hit it until I feel like we're close enough to the end of the year that I don't care anymore. But this is probably low ball because, again, 300 seems to be about my normal pace these days between manga and books. So there's that. There's that. But yeah, I'm okay. I promise. No one panic at my lower number. I promise I'm okay. I just have a lot planned in 2026 already, and that means I want to be smart about this number. One of the other things I would like to implement for myself is basically for every 5, I can get 1. So every 5 physical books read, I can buy another book, or on hold, etc. I can get 1 more book. For every 5 manga read, I can get 1 more manga volume. Caveat, if I'm reading a series and I'm really loving it and I get current and I just want to finish it, I'm going to allow myself to go buy those and finish the book. Because if in that moment I want to finish a thing, I need to do the thing and finish it, because if I put it off, I will not. That is something I've learned over the last few years with myself. I'm also modifying that 5 in for NetGalley. It'll be 2 out, 1 in, because every 5 NetGalley books I go up 1%. So I feel like if I do 2 to 3 arcs read or DNF'd, I can request 1 more. Caveat for like favorite authors, but generally speaking, that's the goal. And then the only thing I'm not doing this for at all is my Libro FM audio arcs that I get. You can only get 10 a month. Most months I'm getting 2 or 3, and this number is already high, and I just feel like until I'm there to read that down, it's just not going to happen. But I saw so much progress in my other audiobook sections last year that I think I will be able to reduce Libro FM significantly. I also have a lot of crossover on Libro with my NetGalley arcs, so I think that's also going to reduce that number more. So I may do a number eventually for Libro, but for now I've really not been getting more than 5 a month, and I don't feel too terrible about that. The other goal I have is my usual goal, which is maintaining my 50% underrepresented reading. I did miss the mark a little bit in 2025. I'm gonna, by the skin of my teeth, maybe hit it. So I would like to just be a little more present in what I'm picking as I do read what you own, because it is hard while doing read what you own for me to maintain my ratio, because I read a lot of those books early when I get them and I don't sit on them. So I think I need to be more intentional with picking some of those to make sure I keep my 50% or more ratio up. Generally speaking, underrepresented for me is going to be neurodivergence, fat, BIPOC, indigenous authors, like religion, various religions that are not Christianity count. Like, there's a lot in that window, so I just need to make sure I'm continuing to be very intentional in my picking. I'm also there was some weird psychoanalysis shit we could get into with my reading last year, but yeah, I still did good, and I'm happy with that. Channel wise, we're gonna keep pace. 2 videos a week for the rest of the year minimum, and a likely return to vlogging in February. I miss vlogging. I've been vlogging just for my members. It's a mess. They're getting like a mess of a video for the month of December. but it's fine. I just kind of want to continue doing that. I enjoy the process of vlogging. I want to vlog my trips. I want to have memories with my mom on camera. I don't really have that with my dad, and I want to make sure I have that with my mom, whether those clips are public or not. I just want to make sure I'm vlogging certain things to have these moments. And then last but not least, content wise, I want to continue my series videos. So I really want to do another Dice of Destiny ASAP. I want to continue my ARC reading vlogs in some capacity. I'm going to modify them since I'm not requesting as many ARCs this year. I also already have a ton of 2026 ARCs. So I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to do something. And then I want to continue like my volume 1 vlogs. I want to keep doing the series I do. I enjoy them. I think it's fun. The bonkers reading vlogs are going to continue being a thing. You just got one for Christmas. You're going to get another one at some point in the new year. But yeah, I just kind of want to continue those items. If there's a series or a video I haven't done in a long time that you want from me, let me know. I'm happy to add that to the list of things to try and get to in the new year. I want to do more recs again. I really lacked on recs this year and I hate that, but I think I need to reincorporate them some into my content. But I also like get bored just doing the same old rec trope things. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments if there's specifics, because I will try and make that happen for y'all. Or if there's like a certain type of video you want more of from me. Romancelandia is continuing, of course. I don't see that going anywhere. But yeah, otherwise, that's kind of it for channel goals. It's pretty basic this year on purpose. I really want to lean into 2026 and like just doing the things and doing a lot of the things. So there's that. Let's talk about challenges. Now there's only one challenge in here that is like members only. I will tell you that right now. But two. So first up, let's talk about one that I just created due to the 12 and 24-ish that we did. There was discussion of the need for a DNF bingo board. So I have created DNF Bingo, my friends. I have made us a DNF Bingo board. This is also inspired by Heather over at Hia Booktubes and Steph over at Novelty Corner, through and through, like my DNF queens. Heather, first and foremost. Steph is also an aggressive DNFer, and I just think this is something that ties in really nicely with Read What You Own and my lowered reading goal, because if I DNF 100 books and I only read 200, that's okay. So I have a board of prompts. You can use this for the entire year. You can use it quarterly, fill it up again. But I really want to see what everyone manages to find or put in these slots, because there are some fun ones, like The Character's Too Dumb to Live. The writing doesn't work for you. No good reason. You just wanted to DNF the book. Classics: ableism, racism, homophobia, fatphobia, sexism. The other one that I love is I just haven't come back to this, so now it's a DNF. All of it. I'm very excited for this. If you want to participate with this and you are doing Read What You Own or not, I have made a section in the Read What You Own Discord for DNF Bingo. So if you would like the graphics, they will be on my Instagram. They will also be in that Discord. But I have like made a little section in there because I felt like it kind of ties into Read What You Own a little bit, because you could do a board with just books you own. But yeah, I think this is a great option for those of us trying to reduce our TBRs as well, but at the same time be better at practicing the art of DNFing, because I do think DNFing takes practice, and I feel like when you don't do it a lot, it's really hard to do. So come join me in the DNF-a-palooza of 2026. Next up, of course, we have Read What You Own. This is a challenge I've done multiple years over with Shay. We just had a live where we wrapped up our 2025 a little bit. I have my semi-starting stats for 2026. These are probably going to be adjusted a little bit, like by the time we check in February. So do keep that in mind. But in general, and by the time I post the graphic, right now where we stand in the middle of December, I have 584 unread Kindle books right now, which is very close to my goal of 300. So we're getting there. I have 118 NetGalleys. Listen, there's a reason you didn't get a NetGalley check-in this month, and it's because I'm ashamed. Okay, it's fine. Libro FM, I have 205. I should be around 203 by the end of the year. We'll see. Maybe I can get it to 200. We'll see. I would like to get it to 200 before the end of the year, but I just don't know if that's possible. Audible, I'm down to 99 books to read that are in my personal Audible library. I went through and cleaned it up some more, figured out how to sort my Audible so I wasn't also getting my mom's books. So that felt really good. Google Play audiobooks, I have 26. These are often also ones that I have on NetGalley, so there's a lot of crossover there, which is good and bad. manga. So I've discussed some, not extensively. I did cancel basically all of my manga pre-orders that I had lingering in October when I had to jet off to Dallas to help take care of my dad towards the end of when he went into hospice and was like dying. I canceled like everything but one group of pre-orders. And then I came home and I was counting, and I have this crate in here full of manga. I have that bookshelf full of manga. These shelves down here are empty. Like from where you see, hold on, right here, like this is the last full shelf. Everything else is empty. So everything has been accounted for. I added things that I did not include last year to this number. So this number has skyrocketed, is what I'm telling you right now. This number is up because I counted a series I have shelved up here that I have to read 14 volumes of still. I counted a box set that I know I forgot last year. I counted things that I thought I will read this year, and if I don't, it has to leave the collection. So 263. And I know you're probably thinking, you said you only want to read 100 volumes of manga. I'm gonna read more than 100 volumes of manga. There's 2 rounds of 30 and 30, and that's 60. Listen, this is our baseline. This is me doing the bare minimum, and I will be happy, right? So manga has skyrocketed by a lot, but I also counted things I did not count appropriately before. Because I decided I have to be really honest with myself as I move into this Read What You Own round when we discuss what my goal is. Digital manga, I only have 10 volumes. Light novels, I have 11. And physical, I have 130 unread books on my shelves. I talked about this in some other Read What You Own stuff. One of my big goals for Read What You Own in 2026 is physicals, which means reading down my manga, hence getting honest with myself, really looking at what I have and making sure I accounted for everything, recounting every single physical book I own, that I have to be honest with myself. I have to make these steps. You know, we are starting in January-ish. You're getting a video where I read the first line of every single unread book on my shelves. Every single one will have the first line read. Now, a series, I don't know how I'm going to do it with series. I may not read the first line of every series book, but each book on my shelf will be touched in January. And if I read a first line and I'm not into it, it's immediately, we're unhauling. So there's that. And that's part of this high number to start, is if a manga volume is not pulling me in, I'm just going to DNF it and unhaul. Like I don't want to play the game of maybe I'll come back to it, maybe I'll be in the mood for it. I want to streamline that process for myself. Now, on top of focusing on physicals, I really want to narrow down my arcs this year. I have too many. I want to reduce everything on my NetGalley. I want to read as much as I can of it. And because of that, that also will in part lower my audiobook number, because I do have some arcs as audios on Google Play or Libro FM. So I'm hoping to kind of see myself slowly shrink these numbers down this year. And I do think like my physical unread shelf will probably be done halfway through the year. So because of that, I don't feel too bad saying like I also want to do arcs and audios, and that may be a last half of the year thing. But I also need to keep in mind, I'm going to be traveling. I need to do things that I can do, like take this with me on the road, right, when I'm gone, so that I can easily look at things and really be reading them down. The other thing I did is I did remove my Penguin Random House audiobook app number, because I decided I'm going to count that as like not a TBR, but like a place I go and read a book when I want to read it really badly, versus a TBR to finish, because like I don't know if I have access to the app next year or not. I have no clue if I'll still be in their program. I'm hoping I am. But yeah, that's kind of one that I removed. I also removed Edelweiss, which is another review platform. I have books on there. I go on there randomly and will grab a thing or two. But also, I just need to go on there and review some of the things I've already read. So I just felt like there's not a ton on there. I should just let it be and focus in on NetGalley, where like there are review ratios and things like that. For 2025 though, overall, I'll talk more in depth in January when we do my 2025 reflection and stats to see fully where I landed. If you want an idea now, like as you're watching this, or if you watched the live on Shay's channel, we kind of already talked about some of where we were in 2025 in the middle of December. Again, some things will get read for me. Not as much as I want, probably, before the end of the year. Next up, we have the 2 challenges that I'm doing with my members this year. So we have 24 and 2026. You may remember last year I did 25 in 2025. And I did a poll and they were like, yes, we really liked this. So we're doing it again. If you're interested, there's a post on Patreon. You can buy the post on Patreon to get access to everything in the Discord and stuff. So you can either subscribe or buy the post. And if you buy the post, I'll send you the like Discord link and stuff. So That's up there if you're interested. Basically what we did last year and what we're doing again this year is I'm doing random prompt drops throughout 2026 to help encourage you pick up books from your TBR and all that. You can DNF them. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to finish the book for it to count. But basically it is a random prompt drop twice a month, because 24 in 12 months. And you get to pick a book that fits. I really enjoyed the challenge this year. I loved seeing what people were reading. I loved seeing how people tackled it. We have someone who basically DNF'd their way through, and I think that is fantastic, but also really stressful, I guess. But yeah, I think this is a really fun challenge. I think it's a great way to kind of look at your TBR differently, and also it has structure without being too structured. So there's that. And plus, since it's 24, you could easily do 12 if you wanted. So I'm really pumped for it. And then on top of that, for the first 75 days of 2025, I will be doing 75 booked with my members. I've modified it for myself. One of the sprints for me is no audiobook, so I have to read an ebook or a manga or be reading from my tri-chapter stuff. So I have that. I am doing 2 30-minute sprints instead of 2 45s with a bonus 30 if I'm in the mood that day. And then the other part of mine is there will be a light no buy, where basically I'm not buying any physical books to bring into my house during this time. So I'm really excited for 75 booked. I'm really excited for 24 and 2026. I'm excited for all of these, honestly. Like, I love a good challenge, and I feel like these are challenges for me, at least, that are very achievable and like fun. And then the last challenge I'm doing in 2026 is finishing the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do 2.0. We already had my check-in video. I'm over halfway. I would like to be done at the beginning of June. I would like to be done with plenty of time is the goal here. So we'll see what happens, but we are holding hope that we will be done with a little bit of wiggle room. So yeah, that's one of my goals too, is to be done with that in early June. So HRCYED continues for me. I'm sure I will have a check-in for you sometime in the spring to see where I'm at. So that's my plan, at least. Anyways, I would love to know what challenges you were doing in 2026. What are your reading goals? Where are you at? Are you trying to reduce, increase, different, like read more broadly? Like what do you want to do? Like I said, I'm keeping it kind of broad and pretty open because I just don't know where and what the year is going to take me through after everything I've been through in 2025. So I'm excited though. I love goals. I love thinking about challenges and coming up with things like this to do. So this is like my bread and butter for all of that. So yeah, let me know down below your plans. If you don't want to do any of that, leave me a fire emoji for the DNF Bingo. Duh. And I will have links to everything down there, as well as links to my friend anywhere on the internet that I am. And I will talk to y'all in just a few days. Bye.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we wait